The final round of the Platinum Tour Houston Championship this week. We are back here for one last venture out into Moona Beach Major by Sleepy Panda. It's been a roller coaster of a week. Trying to keep our head on straight. Swing has escaped us at times. So trying to keep the head on today. Hopefully we can battle through here for a solid finish. We are back to the back tees. Default winds out of the west. Default fairways that are very firm, greens that are moderate. So fairways drop back down to firm. Gonna be very bouncy on the greens, but once the ball starts rolling, it should be okay. So hopefully we can find some putts. Default winds looking to be very low here, so gotta take advantage of it as much as we can. Appreciate everybody being here. Now let's get going. We'll take that. Right down Broadway. What's this mode that you play? So Singo, this is the TGC Tours. This is inside of... This is played through societies. Essentially, it is a third-party controlled competitive online like ranking and leaderboard system. So we play in the top flight out of 15 flights in the main tour. So basically there's a whole pool of people you qualify in, and then you're essentially matched into tours based on your skill. And then we play weekly tournaments. If you finish in the upper 15%, you can get promotion marks. If you finish in the bottom 20%, you get demotion marks. With enough, you can move up and down flights. There are cuts in the bottom 14 tours. But it's on those settings we were talking about earlier, the master swing settings. It is absolutely, for me, like the bread and butter. Certainly what I get the most enjoyment out of in this. Okay, so I was thinking about trying to run the 5-iron up, but now that I'm thinking about it again, do we try and play a lofted 4-iron? Like, will the lofted 4-iron sit more? I think there's a chance that it does. 4 to 6, let's call it 5 yards, 213. Okay. And then I'm gonna play this just a bit to the right, just to make sure that we don't end up left of the hole. I slowed it. Completely backed out of that shot. But with that slow, we would have been well off the mark, it looks like. Alright, gotta do a lot less thinking during the swing. Like, once we go to swing the club, I have to mentally be present. Or, I don't know. I don't know at this point. Just get a birdie on this hole and let's move on and reset. We had a good first tee shot, but I have to keep the mind in that place where we can execute and not really think about things too much. Jay Bilbrey, thank you for the follow. Chance that we could raid somebody? I mean, I will probably raid somebody when we end in like 2 hours. More than likely, unless I go overtime. As for raid suggestions, I don't typically do raid suggestions. I think that's going to do just fine. All right, and then we've got that pin in the back right. This gets a kick to the left, so it's going to open up our attack angle just a bit for us. All right, so if we go 106, uphill. The wind is, this is where it gets tricky, because the wind is in just a little bit, but there's not really all that much wind. But I feel like there has to be enough of a level of respect here, or else we're going to get into some trouble. Okay, so we've got the firm bounce, but like this is the thing that sucks. We're a little bit off to the side and you just get this much break on your putt. Like, I don't know. I never know on something like this, like, just how much it's gonna snap. And like, we almost missed that high side. We almost missed that high side. Absolutely terrifying every single time. Okay, there's an interesting proposition to be made here. Do you try and actually send this over into the bunker and go long splash? You've got a backstop. You could potentially even flop it. Otherwise, we lay it up and leave. I guess you would get a wedge in. I'm just wondering what the percentages are here. Singo, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. If you're really crazy... No, that tree's too tall. You can't go at it. That's definitely a blocker. If I go hybrid, bound it down... I'm gonna try and go 4-iron, I think. Hold on. 218, bound it down. Nah, we'll take hybrid. We'll take hybrid. Because I would rather have it close to like that full lob wedge than try and play a gap wedge just because of the spin. Lob wedge is gonna bite a lot more. We're actually far enough out that we're sand wedge. You go uphill a little bit. I think we're probably able to play this pretty well stock. All right, left it a little bit to the right, but this is going to be perfect. I did make that adjustment back right, which was apparently wrong there. That gets out a little bit more. Let's give this right edge an in. Okay, solid start. Solid start. We're fighting it a little bit, but 3 through 3. Gotta be happy with it. We just have to get as much as we can out of these par 4s. Yeah, Singo, what I'm hoping for in the next game, what I think would make me play ranked quite a bit would be if if they had ranked playlists that were on different difficulty settings, so if we were able to have a Master Swing ranked playlist, I think we would definitely play that. But as it stands, like, Pro is just too easy. In my opinion, like, I don't think there's enough in it in terms of, like, separation of skill. I do appreciate, though, when there are ones with, like, lots of elevation and wind, because that helps, but input-wise. Oh, I overlofted it. Took a few too many yards off of that. Alright, so now we've got some work cut out for us. 14 feet. There we go. Couldn't land a straight shot on this difficulty here. Yeah, like, there's definitely a big jump when you take the tempo window and the swing plane window in just a bit. And then when you add, you know, lack of power meter. Well, actually, I think power meter is on Master by default. And I don't think power meter is all that. I honestly find it hindering. But yeah, just when your misses are more punishing, you know, you need to be that much more precise, and then, you know, change up conditions. Make somebody figure out elevation and wind. I feel like too often on ranked, there's, like, minimal wind and minimal elevation. And I get that some of it's because, like, pro courses don't necessarily always have huge elevation swings. But when all of the shot assist stuff is on and I can tinker my loft and my spin to the exact spot and hit my shot, like, I don't have... Whoa, okay. Wind is, I want to say wind is mostly nothing here. I'm making a gamble on that. Ooh. I know I hit it slow, but definitely took off a little bit too much there. Okay, so this is pretty much the same putt we just hit. A little bit further. Ooh! Ooh, baby! That's around the back of the cup. How does that drop? All right. Alright, we're gonna go for the partial driver here. Maybe fast. Honestly, that's a bit far. I did get that further. But this is not the worst. Like, there's a reason why I'm going for it, because if we can get up on the green, great. If not, this ultimately is not too bad of a position to be. I thought we had it. I really thought we had it. Alright, yep. Can't complain about tapping birdies, right? Okay, this is a tough drive. This is a tough drive. Now there's actually some wind. There's some narrowness to it. Rough on the right-hand side is not where you want to be. It's a good input. I like it. Okay, center fairway. It's where you want to be. .153, winds in a little bit and slight uphill. It's not a ton of wind, but I gotta figure probably lands close to pin high and what? Oh, it's 6 or 7. I would just rather be left because it kicks left to right. I think ultimately that's the main thing. Well, that's money. That's a money putt, or well, not a putt. That's a money golf shot. The putt is whatever. Hey, what's going on, Casey? Hello, hello. Welcome back. We're in between. We're in between. 6-iron is not great here. 200, we'll call it 198, and then we gotta take just a few yards off it. It's baby fast, and well, it's not even baby fast. That's a little bit more than baby fast. Okay. Heavy rough from short side, not great. Yeah, this is awkward. Probably need to get it to like somewhere at the like 5-ish, 4-5 yard mark to then roll out. Okay, so we're uphill the foot, and then this lie, call it 1.5 yards. Then we're at 6 yards, 70%. I hope I'm not going like too crazy with this. It's a lie light left to right, and it's gonna fire out to the right as well. That's a heck of a calculation. Alrighty then. We take those. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Keep the train rolling. Let's keep the train rolling. I'd rather keep the putter in the bag anyway. All right, you know what? I'll take stopgap wedge for 300, Alex. I underhit it though. Gosh darn it. Not terrible though. Not terrible, but I'm looking to take a more aggressive line at the hole for sure. That's perfect going out. We just shot on the front nine what we did yesterday and in round one. I don't want that to be the end of it, but just trying to make a little bit of a point. It's crazy what making putts will do though to saving your game, or holing one out, right? Because if your putter can rescue you, then you can miss inputs by a little bit. You know, there's a little bit of flexibility, which is a crazy thought. I'm trying to stretch this gap wedge a little. Yeah, just like that. Stretch it just like that. Hey, what's going on, Vandy? You're looking for the Copester? I'm just the Copester? Must be like, yeah, you got the wrong guy. I'm sorry. I'm just a guy with a letter at the front of his name. To the Canadians, I'm Zed Copester, which is wrong, but you know. How am I supposed to explain that to them? Low 200s, and then the bounce and roll. How do you do this? It's not enough. If this was, like, very fast, I would, you know, play it to, like, here and let it really roll down, but I can't. Alright. This is kind of an aggressive attack, but... I like giving myself the best opportunity to get it close. And that is it. That's a in my books, that's a ballsy approach attempt. In my books, that's a ballsy approach attempt. Okay, hit that one a little bit fast. So long as we find fairway here, we have a shot at it. Yeah. Okay. 275. Like, I don't know. You could have... This is an interesting one. Hey, thanks, Andy. Lose like 7 yards. I think we roll out too much. I mean, it would give us a... I don't know. You could have a short-sided chip here up with the backstop. Like, that's not bad as a miss. The other play is, I think, too short. I don't think the hybrid goes enough. Just not consistent enough, Singo. It's a lot of practice, but also, you know, it's game knowledge. So I guess it's like, do you struggle with your inputs, or do you also struggle with like proximity and those sorts of things? Because there's a lot to be said about finding what your weakness is. All right, I'm gonna go for this. I don't think we're gonna hold the green, but we'll see what we can do. Maybe slow, but I got full off, full backspin on it. We're gonna land just short. It's probably still gonna release, but I put as much brakes as I can into the 3-wood. I can't believe that holds. Woo! Okay. Okay, we gave it a look-see for the albatross. I was getting ready to crack out some nipple lasers. Come on. Come on. Merrily we roll along. Merrily we roll along. Come on. Now just showing off. No, sure, I guess. I don't quite think so, but I can see how one could interpret it that way. I'm gonna play a little bit more left. I want to make sure that we're not going off to the right. I'm just gonna play the backspin. I think the wind's gonna do a lot for us. I was scared of playing. Yeah, we hit a straight shot there. I was scared of playing loft because I didn't want to bring that bunker in. But this is a makeable. This is a makeable putt. It's just the last bit of this is what breaks, so. Doesn't really move early. Come on, come on, come on. Baby slow, I'll take it. It hangs it out there more to the right, but with backspin and the tailwind, we should have easily cleared those bunkers. Okay, so 211. I can't go straight at it. We're going to have to play it in here. I guess there's two options. You either go straight at it and have a downhill putt, which is honestly not that much going on in terms of break, or we got to play it from the left, which has probably more break, but we can get it closer. Do I miss fast or slow? Is it one way or the other? I tend to miss, like, maybe baby slow more often, but I will miss baby fast sometimes. But, like, if I get really out, it's like, fast is the one that more naturally comes, and then slows is compensation. I have a very slow swing, so. Yeah, mega fast is, like, my when everything is off miss. Baby slow is probably my miss off the perfect. Oh, that was for Singo? Well, you know. I make mistakes too, okay? Did you watch yesterday's round? It was full of mega fasts. Alright, I'm gonna go for the left of the hole. I don't know. Maybe going right at it and long is good, but. Honestly, that was a little bit bolder than I was trying to be. Distance control was spot on, though, as tends to be the case. I don't know what's happening right now, but I like it. Is this what it feels like to be Stives? Damn. Guys at the top have it good. I am not entirely certain what to make of this. Like, this aim. What is this wind gonna do? 162. I think we're a few yards long. That was slow. That was good aim. That was good aim. We bailed out of that swing just enough. Okay. Is this the one? Is this the one? I gotta hop and skip it from like here. Slide uphill. 80%. I came out to the right or the left still. All right, the birdie train dies on 15. That's pretty good though. That's pretty good though. All right, so there's a question to be had here. Do we lay up? Which would ultimately bound us down to like a 2. You have to go aggressive here, I think. Firm, but I think this should be far enough to stay out of the rough. Okay, 142. 9 or 10 miles an hour winds. So the default winds, you're definitely getting a little bit of everything. You're definitely getting a little bit of everything. I honestly think I like the aim. I think we need a little bit off of it. Wow. All right, that's 2 in a row. We just missed to the right. That is 2 in a row we just are missing. That's okay. That died so much. Yeah, that's the thing. Like we par both of these, but I think honestly the shots were pretty good. But just a misjudge there on how much that wind is gonna bring it back with it being slightly in, and that's all she wrote. All of a sudden, we play that. Maybe I should have just played that to be safely more to the left. Maybe we get a little bit too aggressive there. We pay the price for it. All right, 2 foot, little bit of wind. This is playing kind of in that, like, 10-ish ballpark. Again, like, wind, I think my, swing plane takes it maybe a little bit more. We're gonna lose a few yards here. And then, like, yeah, you just... Should be a mostly uphill putt. And by mostly uphill, I mean like mostly straight up the hill. Little bit of movement the whole way though. Like, that's where you play it to. All right, come on, one more. Let's get one more. This is like, can we have one round to make up for two? Yeah, rounds 1 and 3 did not go to plan, but this round, 2 eagles on the cards. So what? This is for 18. It's kind of a crazy thing to speak out loud after how yesterday went. I know we have this in us. That's the thing. Like, it's just keep your head on straight. It's, yeah, yes, this round is maybe easier in some respects, but it's also tougher. Like, we've hit some really good shots into some really tough locations. All right, so we're teetering on like a 15-mile-an-hour wind. This is just the holes. This is the kind of hole that sucks for us. Everything feeds left to right. Like, everything feeds left to right. How much does this wind play, though, is the question. I slowed it. But you know what? I think my brain was so... Look at that. My brain was so concerned I couldn't separate that whole location from the sand and everything back behind it. There was just like this mental disconnect that I could not make. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's clean it up. Let's bring this round home. Yeah, so that last one is like, it's so much left to right. I'm on the left to right lie, and my swing is left to right. So like those rounds are so hard for me to like, or those shots are so incredibly tough for me to play. Like, there's part of me that wishes that I could like switch my grip around and know I could still hit my tempo, but play my swing left to or right to left and like cut into it. I have to figure out something. I don't know if I can maybe there's some way that I can learn to play those shots with like an extra club and a certain amount of shot shape, and it straightens out. But yeah, those ones are so hard to commit to because it's like, am I playing enough or am I not playing enough? And like, there's so much variance there. But hey, we tied Stives on the last round. 17 under there puts us T8 on PlayStation. So we'll see ultimately where we end up. I was not expecting to make up that much ground. I'm sure there are plenty of other players out there left to play, so fingers crossed that this could hold in for a demotion mark clear. But if anything, I think we should safely be inside the top 10. So that's, to me, the biggest comeback that we could possibly have after yesterday. Helps settle the nerves long term when we fight on another tournament next week.